Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. There's this idea that man is too corrupt to be blessed, essentially. I mean, that's like saying, well, some people it's okay to be healed. Other people it's like, oh no, you should be sick to endure or something, but that's not it. It's like saying, well, and then some it's okay to be healed, but it's not okay to be rich. But the truth is, it's okay both to be of wholeness of health and wholeness of wealth. Because things are supposed to be on earth as they are in heaven. The reason they are not on earth as they are in heaven is because man has dominion over the earth, not God. The way things are in heaven is because God has dominion over heaven. It's purity, it's perfection, it's not all this impurity and imperfection. The reason the world is imperfect is not because it can't be like heaven, it's because the people in control of it just aren't willing to have it be like heaven. People habitually choose adultery or fornication over chastity, or idols over God. And when you choose these vain things, then of course you have your world in a mess. Now, the nature of the world, I mean, the lovers of the world, you're no friend of God if you're a lover of the world. And, well, that's the thing. If you are a lover of the world and you're not, if you're a lover of the world, then you will never delight yourself in the Lord because you're delighting yourself in the world. The reason that the earth is so much less than heaven is because of people delighting themselves in the things that be of the devil and not the things that be of God. If we delighted ourselves in those things which be of God, we would have those things which are of God. God does not want you poor. God does not want you sick. But you may well want those things whether realizing or not realizing. Every time you choose sin over God, every time you choose to be a sinner instead of to be freed by sin, you are choosing to be sick, to be poor. You're choosing to live under curses of old instead of blessings of the new covenant, of the resurrection from the dead. Instead of choosing those things which be of God, like many before you, you choose to be just like the world, pursuing all these evil things that are not of God, but of the devil. And when you choose to be a child of the liar, of the murderer, when you choose to be a child of the father of lies, then you will live in lies. And when you live in lies, you end up in poverty. You end up in sickness. You end up in all these things that should never be. That's like doctors. They serve their purpose, yes. And if God tells you go get checked out, you go get checked out. Because that's obedience to God. But do not think that those doctors can provide more for you than God can. And do not think that they should be the first ones to go to that, oh, I shouldn't bother God with that. No. You go to God first when you have a health issue. You don't go to a doctor first. Because God is the be-all, end-all, not the doctor. You don't go to the bank to find out financial advice. You go to God. You go to His Word. And then the bank will be asking you about financial advice. Because you are actually pursuing where the origin point of all these things come from. If you're pursuing the lackeys of, secondhand doctors And banks, they have second-hand knowledge of what God has. What God has is the first-hand knowledge, which is where the power is, which is where the love is, which is where the strength is. That's where to be.